Yo, what is going on, everyone? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Welcome into the stream. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Hello, everybody. Rolando, start sit, James Conner or Joshua Kelly. I would actually play Joshua Kelly. I feel like we might all be getting a little too cute with Joshua Kelly, but based upon how he looked last week, I would be kind of hard-pressed to sit him, to be completely honest with you. Kelly or Jamal Williams, I would play Kelly. I'm going to be updating the rankings on the Patreon as we are talking right now. So if you're wondering, like, if I'm typing and shit, that's what I'm doing. Just moving some things around with the most recent news. So let's actually read off the news real quick. Hey, boss, have PPR, DJ Moore, Dobbs, Flowers, Pittman, Joshua Kelly. Good question. I would flex Pittman. So let's read off the most recent news here for you guys. I don't know how much you guys pay attention to all of the news, but here we go. So Donta Foreman is inactive. Cordell Patterson inactive. Aaron Jones and Christian Watson out. Clyde Edwards-Helaire in. Aaron Jones out. Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud both in. Anything else? That seemed kind of important. Bijan to split carries again, which we kind of knew. Titans receiver D-Hop in. Chase Claypool active. Yeah, there didn't really seem to be any like world-breaking news. But it was kind of telling that, like, hey, what's up, everyone? That Aaron Jones was out. With Amari being questionable, do I start Bourne? Let's read about Amari Cooper. I don't know why Amari Cooper wouldn't play. Amari Cooper, world. I'd be shocked if he didn't play, to be honest with you. But we'll read about it. Read all about it. Read all about it. Amari Cooper, aggravated groin Saturday, questionable after aggravating groin injury. The Browns officially listed Cooper as questionable. I guess that's it. Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't play, to be honest with you. But if you can't pick up like a backup plan for Cooper, I guess it would make sense to start Bourne, just to make sure that you don't get fucked over by injury. Standard rest of season, Zay Flowers or Jerry Jeudy? Zay Flowers. Pittman or DJ Moore? In PPR, I would do Pittman personally. What's good, everyone? How are we feeling about Kelly today? I like him. Start 2 PPR, D-Hop, Puka, Godwin, Javonte. I would go Godwin and D-Hop. Kendrick Bourne, Justice Hill, Treylon Burks, Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, pick 2. I would go Justice Hill and Kendrick Bourne. Nope, Jerry Jeudy and Justice Hill. Hey, Nick, if Amari Cooper is out, who should I start, Kirk or Bourne? I would start Bourne. No, I would start Kirk. Not enough info on Cooper yet. Yeah. That makes it tough. That's the worst when a guy's dealing with an injury and the game isn't until Monday and you don't really know what to do. It's always a tough question. I mean, I'm not a doctor, which makes it even more tough. I'd probably lean with just playing Amari Cooper. I have Amari Cooper in one of my lineups, and I don't really have a backup plan. So I guess I'm just stuck with him if he doesn't play. But the one bonus thing is on Monday, there's 2 games for some fucking reason. They decided to play 2 games. So you could pick up a player from like the Saints and play him too, or Carolina. What's up, Shane? Tua or Burrow? I would play Burrow this week. I think Tua's going to have a good game, but I just don't really see the Pats versus Dolphins being like this super high scoring tit for tat back and forth game. Now, maybe it is. Right? Pats offense look good week 1. Dolphins offense look good week 1. So maybe it is a really high scoring game, but I don't know. I don't really see that. Should I pick up DPJ in case? I would. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you have if you have to play Donovan Peoples-Jones, he's probably going to get you like 3 fantasy points. But you're almost better off having that backup plan so you don't get screwed. Right? You never want to get screwed over by these things. So I am updating my rankings as we speak. I got to take Aaron Jones out. I think that's the only move we got to make. Take Aaron Jones out. and then move up A.J. Dillon. Now, how confident are all of you guys in A.J. Dillon? If you had A.J. Dillon, personally, I would start A.J. Dillon, but my confidence level with A.J. Dillon isn't really all that high, if I'm being blatantly honest with you. Like, I don't think A.J. Dillon is really that great of a running back. A lot of people like to slob on his knob like corn on the cob because of his because he's got those big quads and all that shit, right? But at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. What's up, Bryce? Thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Born, Puka, or Tutu? Also Kelly or Rashad White? Great question. So Kelly or Rashad White, definitely would lean Kelly in that scenario. I'm just going to pull up the Puka Nacua injury report here so we can read all about it. Read all about it. What is that from? Puka Nacua. Is Puka Nacua playing today? It's a good question to ask. Is Puka going to play? Fantasy managers race to the... Dude, I hate when these fucking articles are just all filler. He didn't practice Thursday. However, it appears Puka is likely to start. And that the Rams are being cautious with him. We're going to be smart with him. Oh, Jesus. That doesn't sound good. But he is going to play. So we're going Kelly by a mile over Rashad White. I just significantly trust Kelly way more than Rashad White. And then we are going to YOLO with Puka. Now, there's a chance that Kendrick Bourne drops like a 0. I'm being completely honest with you. Like, there's a chance that Kendrick Bourne absolutely reeks in this game. Like, that wouldn't surprise me at all. So I'm just going to play Puka, hope he gets enough targets and has a decent game. I don't think any of those three guys, though, are going to have that big of games, if I'm being completely honest with you. But I would lean with Puka. So Puka and Kelly would be my answer. Yeah, Puka does seem to be playing. That's a later game, right? Because it's two East Coast or West Coast teams, I would assume. I'm bad with remembering what time the games are on. I do know when like the guys that are playing Thursday, Sunday, and the Monday games, but it is normally tough for me to actually figure out who's playing at what time slot. Because when I make the videos, I don't write down the time slot. It just kind of goes in order. So eventually it turns into the 4 o'clock games in the start sit videos, but they're not labeled. The only things that are labeled are Thursday, obviously, because it's the first game we talk about, and then Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. And the Dolphins are playing Sunday Night Football, so that's like obviously very easy for me to remember. Alrighty. PPR today, Monty or Sanders? I think Monty's going to have a huge game. Now, I don't remember the exact score. The last 2 times these two teams have played, the Seahawks and the Lions, the score has been like 1,000,000 to 1,000,000. I don't know if you guys remember the game last year where TJ Hawkinson might have scored 70 points. Like, it obviously wasn't 70 points, but TJ Hawkinson went fucking nuclear. Goff went crazy. All the guys went crazy. So that's just kind of how it went. See, I'm going Monty. I think Monty is going to continue to see a decent split share in that offense. I think eventually we are going to see Gibbs take over, because if you just watch the game, like, it's very clear that Gibbs is significantly better than Monty. But the thing is, they paid Monty a lot of money. They want to use 2 backs, so it's not like Monty's ever going to disappear. Last year was evident that they wanted to use a goal line back. So even though Gibbs is going to, I think, be like a late season hammer, right? If you had Gibbs, you're going to be super excited that you drafted him. I don't really think Monty is ever going to die. Now, will he be as safe in fantasy 8 weeks down the line? No. But like, when you're in these bi-apocalypse seasons later on in the season, like, Montgomery's still a guy that I would want to have in my lineups. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Derek, thank you for the super chat. Need 2 for the flex. Godwin, Walker, and Flowers. You don't want to overthink things. I know that Godwin had a down week 1. Obviously, not in terms of points, he had a down week 1. If you watch the game, he looked pretty good, I thought. I mean, it didn't look like he was like injured or anything. It didn't seem like he lost a step. Baker looked pretty good. I wouldn't say Baker looked amazing, but Baker definitely looked better than I thought he would. And then Evans was the one with the big game. So I think when push comes to shove this week, we see a better game out of Godwin, strictly because like he was open a lot in that game. He was running some pretty crisp routes. Like he looked like the the Godwin we are used to. So Godwin, Walker had a down game, but again, Seattle versus Detroit reeks of points. Again, maybe it won't be super high scoring because maybe it won't happen 3 times in a row. It's already happened twice in a row, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to stick with the safe options here. I like Flowers a lot this week. I love the game environment up against Cincinnati, but I think we are kind of trying to get a little cute if we start Flowers over Godwin or over Kenneth Walker. So we're going to go Godwin and Kenneth Walker. Again, I like Flowers a lot this week, but it's still early on. Like I talked about this a lot in week 1, and it is still very prevalent in week 2, right? You don't want to get too cute when it comes to fantasy this early on the season. You don't want to try to galaxy brain shit, right? You know Godwin is better than Flowers at this point in their career, so you play Godwin. They both have good matchups. So Godwin and Walker for me. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Hey, hope is all as well. Thank you, Daniel. I am doing well. Hope you are as well. Who should I start? Njoku, Muth, or Laporta? And then Watson or Goff, and need a flex of the running backs. More Connor Mixon. Stay awesome, dude. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you. Okay, so for the tight end, I would go with... All right, we'll do the tight end question last because that is the toughest question. Watson or Goff? I love Jared Goff this week. I also think Watson's going to do good. I know me and Spock brought it up in the comment section that most fantasy experts, I don't like to call myself a fantasy expert, if I'm being honest with you. I think you sound like a douchebag when you say that, but it is true. A lot of fantasy experts, what Spock was saying, have Watson ranked around the 14 to 16 range, which is where I have him. And I don't think that's really like a telltale sign that Watson isn't good. He looked really good in week 1, but this Goff game environment, again, it just looks so good up against Seattle. I think Seattle bounces back. We get a real high scoring game, a real battle like Colorado versus Colorado State last night. If anyone watched, that was an East Coast guy. The fact that the game ended at 2:30 in the morning screwed me over. That's why the live stream started a little late today, but we should be back on time at 11 a.m. starting next Sunday. So we're going to go Goff for sure. For your flex, we're going to go Joe Mixon. We're not going to start galaxy braining, trying to start DJ Moore or Connor over Mixon. So Mixon, the Goffinator, and that's between Njoku and Muth. I would lean with Muth. So Pat Freiermuth, Goff, and then Joe Mixon. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. None of Yo Business. Gorilla. Kid, what's up, my man? Pick 2, Garrett Wilson, Flowers, Lockett, Puka. Great question. I'm going to go with Lockett for sure. Again, love the game environment up against Detroit. Really think that's going to be a high-scoring game. I know Lockett definitely shit the bed in a way in week 1, right? Not a great game out of Tyler Lockett, but I think there are much brighter days ahead for Tyler Lockett, so I am not in full-on panic mode just yet. So yeah, I'm not in full panic mode yet. I definitely would stick with Lockett. And then after Lockett, it is kind of a toss-up between Garrett Wilson and Flowers. I think based upon my rankings, I have Garrett Wilson ranked higher than Flowers, which would be true, but not by a wide margin. Now, I'm going to give you what I would do. So I would play Garrett Wilson and Lockett. But I think Lockett is I think Lockett's safe. I think Garrett Wilson is very risky. So if you want to like get a guaranteed 10 points, right? You want to lock in 10 points to your lineup, I would go Flowers. If you can chance your receiver maybe scoring 6 points, but also somehow going nuclear, like Zach Wilson just feeds him, he has a huge game, I would go Garrett Wilson. So ultimately, Garrett Wilson and Lockett would be my answer to that question. Jude says pick 2 full PPR. Dotson, Zay Jones, Pacheco, Dillon. Great question. Definitely going to lock Dillon into the lineup. I think without Aaron Jones, you just kind of have to play A.J. Dillon, right? I would be kind of shocked if A.J. Dillon had a really bad game. Now, again, I talked about it. I don't love A.J. Dillon as a whole, right? I don't think A.J. Dillon is really the predecessor to the throne, right? I don't think if Aaron Jones ever leaves or gets hurt or something, that Aaron Jones or that A.J. Dillon is really the true answer to this whole scenario. But I think in week number 2 here, A.J. Dillon should have enough juice to be able to have a good game. So A.J. Dillon for sure. And then I would go with Jahan Dotson. Austin, thank you for the super chat. I got to find your question in chat. Austin Schmidt. Austin says, Austin, leave your question in chat because I don't see it right now. Make sure you leave your question. I'll keep looking, though, for it. Let me pull up the stream on another screen here to make sure that I get your question answered here. Shane says, hey, GOAT. Hey, man, I'm thinking A-Rob if Cooper doesn't play Monday. For flex, Puka, that makes a lot of sense, actually, right? I don't think Allen Robinson is going to have a huge game, but it makes sense to have that backup plan, right? George Pickens is pretty like, again, he's going to probably have a bigger game than A-Rob, but do we know that it's going to be that much bigger of a game, right? He's a very big play dependent receiver. We've seen that in the past with George Pickens, and it seems like that's the case in week 1 as well. So I would definitely think that's a good idea. And then Puka, Moss, Drake London, or Dalvin. I am just going to YOLO and play Puka. I think Zach Moss might actually have a decent game, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't trust the running backs on this team worth jack shit, if I'm being honest with you, right? Like, Deion Jackson looked terrible. Like, we'll probably just end up having a huge game out of like Anthony Richardson rushing for 1 million yards. So I would definitely lean on the way of just saying that we should probably just stay away from the running backs until we get proven differently in Indy. So I would go with Puka, and then your backup plan makes a lot of sense. Isaac, 2 flexes. Thank you for the super chat. Monty, Dameon Pierce, and Joshua Kelly. I love Dameon Pierce this week. I really do. But Austin, make sure you leave your question in chat because I'm still looking for you. I'm still looking for you because you did super chat. Still looking for Austin in chat. Definitely going to bench Pierce this week, even though I like Pierce a lot. Definitely in favor of Dameon Pierce and Joshua Kelly. I saw some stats that, like, when Eckler's been out in the past, Joshua Kelly didn't do shit last year. But I think we're in a different scenario, right? Joshua Kelly looked really good last week. I know the Dolphins' run defense was a sieve, but I'm not sitting Kelly. So we're going Kelly, and Monty. Again, Monty's matchup is a wet dream. Rock out with your cock out. Flex, PPR, McLaurin, Javonte, JSN, Dobbs if Watson is out. Watson is out. I would still lean with McLaurin, though, in that scenario. I'm going to give McLaurin one more week. It's an all right matchup. If McLaurin shits the bed again, though, it's time to move off McLaurin and probably just lock in Javonte or JSN weekly. Going to give one more shot with McLaurin. Culture Clips, Tua, Madison, Pierce, Keenan, London, Pat, Firemuth, Zach Moss, Browns defense at Dicker the Kicker. Thoughts of my team between Moss and P. Ryan. 12-team non-PPR. So definitely would lean Moss over P. Ryan. Again, I did kind of just shit all over P. Ryan or all over Zach Moss because I don't feel confident in playing him, but I'd be miles more confident playing Moss over P. Ryan. I mean, it seemed like Javonte Williams looked really good. Like Javonte Williams 2 weeks from now might be at full mass, right? Getting all those carries, all those looks. So I'm definitely leaning with Moss there. And overall, Tua, Madison's kind of sus. I was a huge Madison guy in the offseason. He has 2 down games. I'm not fully panicking because the matchups weren't great for Madison. But let's be honest, if Madison keeps shit in the bed like this, there's time to panic. Keenan, there's also time, or Garrett and both London, there's time to panic. But overall, there's a chance London turns things around. There's a chance that Garrett Wilson is just perfectly fine without Aaron Rodgers. So overall, I think your team's fine. It is a 12-man PPR league. I think you're going to be fine. Waivers will help you out a ton. So after week 1, if you lost or you won, I don't know, you had Tua, so you probably won, I would think. You should be fine. I like your team a decent amount. And definitely would go Moss over P. Ryan. Justine. Let me see. Justine, make sure you leave your question in chat. Let's see. I'm waiting for Austin's question as well. Justine said, choose 2 half PPR, Walker, Kenneth Walker III, Kelly, Rashad White, and Moss. Yeah, don't overthink things, Justine. Go with Mixon and Walker. Again, I know Mixon and Walker both had down games in week 1, but I'm not panicking too much, and I love Josh Kelly. But I'm really not going to start Josh Kelly over Walker or Mixon. I feel like that's like a real overthink scenario. Mixon looked all right in week 1. Again, the whole Cincinnati Bengals offense imploded. Walker looked all right, and the Seattle Seahawks offense imploded. So should be brighter days going forward for both of those guys. So I would definitely lean with Mixon and Walker. Austin's question was, can someone confirm my chat is working? It is working. I can see it now. And your question was, oh, you sent your question 10 times. I'm sorry, dude. The problem is I'm on it. Can you just send it one more time and then I will get your question answered? I'm very sorry, dude. Your chat is working. The problem is, Austin, I'm looking at two different screens with the chats, and sometimes messages just don't show, and it's on me. I'm very sorry. It's my fault. There's got to be a better way to do this shit, if I'm being honest with you, and I'm going to have to keep trying to figure that out. But as of right now, StreamYard and then the other chats seem to be the best way to do it. Chris Bones, thank you, man, for the super chat. 10-man, 2 flex PPR, Lamar, Pierce, Monty, Hill, Adams, Andrews, Kelly, Ayuk, bench, Pacheco, Godwin, A-Chain, Bateman, Tutu, Herbert, thoughts, Jersey in this bitch. What's up, Chris? New Jersey is the best, of course, we all know. So Lamar definitely makes sense as your quarterback. I don't think you even have a backup quarterback. Your running backs make sense. I wouldn't start Pacheco, A-Chain, or Herbert over Monty or Pierce. Hill and Adams definitely got to be locked into the lineup. You're not starting any receivers over them. So the only question here would really be, would we start Godwin over Ayuk or Kelly? And the answer would be no. So your lineup does look correct. This team looks very good. 10-man teams, normally every team is strong, but this team looks even strong for a 10-team league. So I would say looks pretty good, if I'm being honest with you. That's a really good team. I would say that's probably a 9 out of 10 team, especially if Ayuk's able to keep this up. Perry, what's up, Perry? Perry, the P is for platypus. What's up, my man? I'm only fucking with you. Pick 2, Breece Hall, Algier, Dotson, starting Bijan. Definitely start Bijan. Definitely start Breece. And then you're going to go with the double Atlanta Falcons stack. You're going to go with both Falcons running backs, Algier and Breece Hall. Algier and Breece Hall over Dotson, 100%. So I'm going double Falcons running backs. Giorgio says, Flowers or Pittman this week? Texans D is decent. I agree with that. I would definitely go Pittman. I think Pittman's going to have a huge game. So yeah. Spock, did Austin send his message again? Because I still can't find it, which is just a absolute disgrace on me. So I'm going to pull up the chat on my phone too. I'm going to have like 15 different chats open. Let's see here. So I get his message, but definitely going to go Pittman over Flowers. Pittman had 1 million targets in week 1. I think that's going to be the case yet again in week 2. There's no reason to believe that he's going to have a down game. I'm sorry, Austin, by the way, that the fucking chat is being stupid. But yeah, Pittman over Flowers for sure. It's NorCal, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Should I play Flowers over Godwin, DK, or Connor, Tua, or Fields? I would play Flowers over Connor for sure. So you're going to go Godwin, DK, and Flowers. And then Tua over Fields. I would go Fields over Tua, to be honest with you. But if you want to get a safety net, like you want 12, 13, 14 points, go Tua, because Tua is going to get you that. But I think Fields is going to have the huge game potential. So I'd go Fields and then Flowers over Connor. It's NorCal, bro. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. So many fucking super chats. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I'll try to get to the regular questions as well. Hey, man, Joshua Kelly or Algier, what do you think? Definitely going to go Joshua Kelly. He just has such a safer shot to get the carries, right? We know he's going to get the carries as the lead back. So I'm just going to lean with him. He's for sure getting the carries. So Joshua Kelly over Algier. I think Algier is going to have a decent game, but I would definitely lean Joshua Kelly. Joe, Olave, Godwin, Nakua, Lockett, Dotson, sit 1. Pretty easy. I would just sit Puka Nakua because, again, they've already kind of made it clear that they're kind of playing it safe with him, right? I don't expect him to be out there as much as he did in week 1. Now, again, does that make him a terrible start? No, but it is kind of concerning. Austin did just say lull in the chat, so I did see that. I did see that. But yeah, I'd go Olave, Godwin, Lockett, and Dotson. Those would be the guys I start. Miles Sanders or Gus Edwards. Alpha Jerk, definitely go with Miles Sanders. I think Gus Edwards is really chancing things, right? If you go with Gus Edwards, I think Gus Edwards is going to have an all right game, but Miles Sanders is locked in as the guy. I don't want to go Gus Edwards personally. I just feel like Justice Hill is going to score like Lamar Jackson gets 2 touchdowns, and it's absolutely ghost. He goes absolute ghost. So I'd go Miles Sanders personally. I don't want to overthink things. You're the GOAT. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, culture. I'm definitely going Miles Sanders. Vic says PPR start 1 and 1 flex. From the rest, Judy, Hopkins, Godwin, Javonte. Alrighty, great question. I would go Hopkins and Judy. Not Hopkins and Judy, Hopkins and Godwin. I think Judy's going to be all right, but again, first, like, I don't really want to play Judy. Like, first game back with Russell Wilson under center. Javonte will be fine, but Hopkins and Godwin to me, very easy. Hopkins expected to play, good matchup for Tennessee. He looked good in week 1, and Tannehill looked bad. And then Godwin didn't score well, but looked good. So easy, Hopkins and Godwin. Rob says, I don't know why stuff isn't showing for anyone. See, I see that, but if you're asking, like, if you put your actual question in, for some reason, I just can't see it. It might be because, is there a way to type it differently than how you typed it? Dameon Pierce or Gus, since my quarterback, since QB is out. I'm going Dameon Pierce for sure. CJ Stroud is in though, right? Am I reading this incorrectly? I thought CJ Stroud was in. Larry Tunsil inactive. I thought Stroud was in. Here, right, let me Google it. Yeah, CJ Stroud will face the Colts down 4-0 linemen. Even so, I'm going Dameon Pierce. I think Dameon Pierce is just safer than Gus Edwards, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm going Gus Edwards. Yeah, maybe your question does have filters that the chat filters out. That is true. No, I'm going to make you a mod here too. So Dameon Pierce for sure over Gus. Mike Miki Dice. Sorry if I said your name wrong. AJ Dillon versus James Conner. I'd go AJ Dillon for sure. Much love from Connecticut. Much love to you as well. I have a lot of family that lives in Connecticut. So I go to Connecticut all the time. I've typed it 5 different ways now. I'm so shocked. I'm sorry, dude, Austin. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Do you have Twitter or you want to email me? You can email me at NotoriousFNTSY with your question. Or if you have Twitter at NotoriousFNTSY, you send me the question that way, and I'll answer. Again, it's not your fault, Austin. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the chat, dude. YouTube's crazy. So AJ Dillon over James Conner for sure. Higbee over Laporta as well. That was pretty easy. I like James Conner a lot, but I just think AJ Dillon is significantly safer. So I'm going AJ Dillon, and then I would go with Higbee over Laporta. I love Laporta. I just think Higbee's the better bet. OZ Just Nas says, pick 2 for the flex, 12-team half PPR. Kelly, Jamal Williams, Godwin, McLaurin. 12-team half PPR. Kelly, Jamal Williams, Godwin, McLaurin. Great question. Great question. I would go Kelly, Jamal Williams, Godwin. I would go Kelly and Godwin. I like Jamal Williams, but I definitely feel a lot safer with Godwin over Jamal. Yeah, Spock, I think the chat it must just be something to do with YouTube. So I'd go Kelly and Godwin for you. OZ I would go Kelly and Godwin. Dan Howard says 2 flex PPR, DJ Moe, Dobbs, Michael Thomas, Dotson. I'm not quitting yet on DJ Moore. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not quitting yet. Not giving up. 1 down game isn't going to make me panic. And then I'm going to go with... I'm going to go Michael Thomas. DJ Moore, Michael Thomas. Just make sure there's any more super chats. Did we answer those super chats? Except for Austin, of course. We answered every super chat. Back to the regular chats. Eventually, Austin's chat will show up. Nico Shahid, or you can DM me on Twitter, but tell me if you DM me on Twitter. Nico, Shahid, Algier, PPR flex start Algier. Algier for sure. Thank you for the donation, Ishine. Bucks, Giants, D. I'd go Bucks. Elijah Ward, Josh Kelly, T. Higgins, or Michael Thomas. I'd go Josh Kelly. Sup, Nick? Nicky Dimes. What's up, my man? What's up, my man? Always with Debo always killing the Rams zone. Should I go Godwin over Ayuk this week? Yeah, that is true. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm going Ayuk, man. I'm running the hot hand. Ayuk looked really good, so I'm not sitting Ayuk. Yeah, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, Spock, for reminding me to say that. So with Debo playing, sorry, I was just fucking reading something. With Debo playing the Rams zone defense, should I start Godwin over Ayuk? I'm not going to do that. Like I was saying, I'm sticking with the hot hand. I like Godwin, but Ayuk played so good in week 1. Why would I fade that, right? With how good Godwin looked, why would I be nervous and not, or with how good Ayuk looked, why would I panic and not play Ayuk, right? Ayuk had a great game. Sure, maybe Debo outscores Ayuk, but with the matchup, with how good that 49ers offense looked, I'm going to keep starting Ayuk. I'm going to roll with Ayuk. Thank you, Ashine, for the donation. Super Prime says Josh Reynolds or any of the Rams running backs. I would rather just YOLO on Josh Reynolds having a big game over any of the Rams running backs. Matchup against the 49ers is too tough for them. I'd go Josh Reynolds. Ryan Oliver, thank you for the super chat. I'll try to find Ryan's question as well. Thank you to everyone who's been super chatting. Ryan Oliver. Ryan said, I hope this is his right question. I'll just scroll back. Rashad White, AJ Dillon, or Josh Kelly? Great question. I would go Joshua Kelly. Ryan. I think your best bets are Josh Kelly or AJ Dillon. I'm gonna go Josh Kelly. I like Josh Kelly's matchup. I'm going Josh Kelly 100% over AJ Dillon and Rashad White. Josh Kelly looked so good in week 1, and I don't think it's some type of fugazi, right? I think he is actually that good. So we're gonna go with Josh Kelly. Don't overthink things. Don't try to get cute. We are going to go Josh Kelly. But again, you're not really overthinking things because all the fucking players in your question were good. This is just more of a general statement to chat. So Ryan, thank you again for the super chat. Go with the boy, Joshua Kelly. All right, next question here. Tyler Sperry, who is related to Tyler Perry, which is the joke I make every single time. Tyler Sperry, thank you for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate you. Why the hell did your question just disappear off the screen when I already clicked on it? William said Kincaid or Frymouth. Tyler said start 2. I was trying to get the question on the screen. Javonte, Mixon, Monty, Kelly. Great question. Let's go. Let's go Mixon. Ooh, man. I'm going Mixon and Kelly. Mixon, Kelly, and Monty are all very close for me, but I'm going to go Mixon and Kelly. Again, I really believe in Joshua Kelly. I have such strong beliefs in Joshua Kelly. If you wanted to go Monty over Kelly, I get that, but I'm going Mixon and Kelly, Tyler. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate all you guys. Christian Morrison, thank you for the super chat. Let me see if I can find Andrew's or Austin's question real quick. I'm still looking for Austin's question. I'm going to find it one day. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with YouTube. And I don't want to keep shitting on YouTube because it's the reason why I'm able to pay for things, but I don't know why it does this. I messed with the playoffs. Do you know why my league doesn't have divisions now? That might have been an older question from you. I have no idea why that would be. I don't play in any leagues with divisions. So That might be a question for chat. Does anyone know why the divisions don't exist now? If not, I bet you can import them back in. His actual question was Javonte Williams or DJ Moore, or Jamal Williams or DJ Moore, one or the other. I'm not too sure what the question was, but I would say he also asked Pittman or Hopkins. So I would go with Pittman over Hopkins. And then I would go with Jamal Williams over DJ Moore. But if it's Javonte Williams, I'd go with DJ Moore. Thank you for the super chat. Lettuce says Zach Moss, Jaden Reed, Jalen Warren, or Drake London. I'm going to go Jaden Reed. Christian Watson out. Aaron Jones out. Best possible case scenario for you having a smash game with Jaden Reed would be today. So I'm going Jaden Reed for sure. 1 second, guys. All right, thank you all for, Jaden Reed over those guys for sure. Thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate all you guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I love you guys. What's up, Johnny? Is Amari playing? I think so. I think he's going to end up playing, but it is still up in the air, so you kind of want a backup plan. And yeah, I really don't know why your divisions are fucked up, Christian. Maybe someone in chat knows. I don't play with divisions. Oh, you DM me on Twitter. Okay. I'm going to answer your question on Twitter right now. I'm going to read it out loud, and then we're going to answer iShine's question. Alrighty. I could buy myself flowers. Johnny, is everyone in the DK contest? I didn't put my lineup in yet, but I'm going to join. Austin, thank you for the super chat. Austin's question was half PPR, James Cook, Garrett Wilson, Dobbs, Kelly, or Mostert. That's a loaded question. I'm going to go Kelly for sure. And then it's kind of a toss-up between Garrett Wilson, James Cook, and Mostert. So I'm going to give you my answer, gun to the head. I would go Kelly, and I would go with Mostert. If you're willing to chance the fact that Garrett Wilson might score 4 points, but can also get 30, I would go with Garrett Wilson. But if not, just go Kelly and Mostert. So I'm going to type it to you, Kelly and Mostert. That's what I would do. Thank you, Austin. I apologize that your fucking question was chalked on YouTube. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. This has happened. I don't know how many of you guys have been here for like years. This has probably happened a grand total of like 10 times across the years. And it always blows my mind that it doesn't work. I've had people email me their whole lineup so that I can answer the question and stuff. It's been a disaster. What's up, Emily? How you doing? Thank you. But yeah, it's been absolutely chalked, man. I would stream on Twitch, but I would not get as many viewers as this. And it's pretty clear that this works because there's fucking 200 people here, right? So thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate all you guys, genuinely. Crazy. When I first started doing this, there'd be like 4 people here, and it would be just me on 4 different phones. But now it's a lot of people. So I really do appreciate you guys. It's crazy. iShine, thank you for the super chat. Josh Kelly, Ken Walker, AJ Dillon. I'm going Kenneth Walker, man. Again, I don't want to overthink things, right? You drafted Kenneth Walker where you did for a reason. I'm not trying to get super cute and not play potentially the guy that could finish as the RB1 on the week. Again, the matchup just reeks of fantasy points. So I'm not going to get cute. I'm going with Kenneth Walker. Let's keep scrolling. Ben, go with Hollywood Brown over Rashid Shaheed. Tiki's says Dak versus the Jets or Carr at Carolina. Who do I start? I think I have Dak ranked ahead. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think Carr is probably way more risky because Derek Carr kind of stinks. But Dak against the Jets might be a disaster. So we're going to go with Derek Carr. I would start Derek Carr over Dak. Amari Cooper still a question for Monday Night Football. Play Mostert or Nakua or risk it. Oh, so you have an easy one. 127 Entertainment, right? This isn't like, oh, do I start Cooper or do I start some guy you've never heard of, right? Or some bum. This one's easy. You go, instead of Amari Cooper, you just play Mostert. I don't think the run defense is all that great in for the Patriots. I don't think that's really their I don't think his matchup is necessarily terrible. So I would go with Mostert. Mostert, and then, yeah, you don't have to worry about Cooper then. I think Cooper's going to play, but I'd just go Mostert. Half PPR, pick 2, Bijan, Pollard, Dillon, Gibbs, Ramondre, pick 2. Okay, so pick 2 Half PPR, Bijan, Pollard, Dylan, Gibbs, Ramondre. God damn, that's a tough one. Definitely. Look, again, I don't want to overthink things. I love Ramondre Stevenson. Your team is fucking stacked at running back. Bijan and Pollard for me. Don't want to overthink things there. Receiver, Keenan Allen, Olave, Higgins. Love Olave this week against the Panthers. And then I would go Keenan Allen. I like Higgins as well, but Keenan Allen, Olave. And then full PPR, pick one. Pierce, Dillon, Zay Flowers, Kelly. So Bijan, Pollard, Olave, Allen, and then Kelly. So again, Bijan, Pollard, Olave, Allen, Kelly. That's your team's fucking loaded, by the way. I think those are multiple different teams, but no, it does make a difference. The O-line does make a difference to Pierce's game, but I think your question, I'd still start Pierce based upon what your question was. Kevin Miller, Sam Laporta, or Pat Freiermuth? I would go with Pat Freiermuth. I think this is going to be a pretty decent Sam Laporta game, but definitely going to lean with Pat Freiermuth. Definitely going to lean Pat Freiermuth over Sam Laporta. I like Freiermuth. Without Deontay Johnson, Freiermuth could have a humongous game. Bones. Thank you for the super chat. Flex, Jamal Williams, Sutton, JSN, Musgrave. I know Jamal Williams probably sunk your fucking battleship last week, but I'm hopping back on the bandwagon with Jamal Williams this week. Great matchup again. Didn't score last week, but I think there are brighter There are brighter days ahead for him. So let's go with Jamal Williams. Definitely over those options, Jamal Williams. Pacheco, Gus Edwards, or Romeo Doubs. Ethan, I'm going Romeo Doubs. Again, there's no worry about the health of Watson because Watson's guaranteed to be out. Gus Edwards is pretty iffy. So is Pacheco, if I'm being honest. So you listed two iffy options and then Romeo Doubs. I'm going with the sure answer, Romeo Doubs. Multi-stream, is that a possible thing? It is a possible thing. I could technically stream this to Twitch as well. Or Kick, maybe Kick will give me a fat bag. We're going Romeo Doubs. Frank, thank you for the super chat, my man. I love that hat in that picture. Matt Stafford or Baker Mayfield for a flex option? All right, I have Stafford ranked ahead of Baker Mayfield, but if I'm being honest with you, if it was my lineup, the rankings don't necessarily correlate to exactly what I would do. They're just based upon how I feel the guys are going to finish. My opinion is a little bit different than that, like what I would actually do. I'm starting Baker because Stafford's going up against the 49ers defense. Stafford might get fucking locked in a box. Baker, at least, I feel like a little bit more confident with. So I would go Baker over Stafford. I think rest of season, you're going to want to have Stafford in the lineup because even with Cooper Kupp, Stafford looked good. But notoriously, the Rams are 1-8 against the 49ers under Sean McVay. That one win, the NFC Championship game where Jaquiski Tartt or whatever that guy's name was, dropped the ball. If you guys remember when the Rams won the Super Bowl against the Bengals. But yeah, I'd go with Baker Mayfield over Matthew Stafford this week, but going forward, I would start Matthew Stafford. It's just, again, I'm so scared of that Rams game. Like, I'm just so scared of the 49ers. Christian Woodard, Cooper Hurt, start Judy. I don't know why our question is showing up on the screen yet, but it'll load. Judy, Shaheed, or Lockett. Christian Woodard, I would go with Lockett for sure. I know Lockett had a down week one, but again, we ain't panicking off of week one. I'm not shitting bricks. I'm not fucking full on DEFCON 1 mode. Again, someone that was in the military told me exactly which one was the one that was bad, if it was 5 or 1, and I fucking forgot already. So I'm going to have to go back to that comment. Shout out to that guy. Thank you for his service. He might even be in the chat right now, but and he's going to be like, oh, Nick's a fucking dumbass. He forgot. But I would go Lockett. I'm going Lockett. Again, huge game environment against the Lions. D Low says, hey, Nick, what's up? Jackson Smith and the Jigba or Nico Collins? I think Jackson Smith and the Jigba will eventually become a must-start player week in and week out. But right now I'm going Nico Collins. Again, the matchup is great for Najigba, but I don't know how healthy he truly is. So I'm going to just go ahead and go with Nico Collins. D Low. Trevor Lawrence or Lamar Jackson? I would go Trevor Lawrence. Spock, T-Law's playing against, maybe you just typed that in wrong, Kansas City. But I'd go T-Law. Thank you guys for those super chats. 127 Entertainment. Love or Carr? I have Olave too, if that makes a difference. That doesn't really make a difference. I definitely would go with Jordan Love. I think the Falcons defense is a little bit better than we give them credit for, but ultimately when push comes to shove, I really do think that we are going to see a pretty big day out of Love again. Even without those weapons, I think Love finishes a top 12 quarterback. I was someone who all offseason, again, on the videos, I probably was the most confident person when it came to what was I going to say? When it came to Jordan Love, a lot of people were shitting on Jordan Love. I kept saying, I think Jordan Love is going to have a great season. I think Jordan Love is going to be a little underrated. I think with the weapons he has, obviously he doesn't have Christian Watson, but with the weapons that he has, he's going to have a pretty good season. And then a lot of people basically said, Nick, you're an idiot. That's what they told me. They said, Nick, you're a dumbass. He's not going to have a good season. Well, we shall see. It's only week 1, so no victory lap, but Jordan Love over Carr, 100%. Thank you for the super chat, Mike Hunt. And I meant to answer a question on Patreon. So if you ask a question on Patreon, I will answer it during the stream. 1 second. So let's see here. Garrett Wilson or Zay Jones? Zach Wilson ass. I agree. All right. So Mike Hunt, based upon what you just said, you don't believe in Zach Wilson. So just don't play Garrett Wilson then. Right? I would probably chance Garrett Wilson over Zay Jones. But you answered your own question, Mr. Hunt, Mr. Mike Hunt, Mr. Mike Hawk. So yeah, go with Zay Jones because you don't want to play Garrett Wilson and you will feel disgusting playing Garrett Wilson. I can already tell. Your question answered itself. DEFCON 5 is least severe. Okay, that's what I thought. So DEFCON 1, so I had it correct. Puka or Kelly, fins up, Magic Card, baby. Let's go Dolphins. We're to go into Foxborough and beat the shit out of those sorry New England Deflatriots. I'm going Kelly, baby. Fins up. Hey, Nick, Tua versus New England or Purdy versus the Rams? I'm going Tua, Uno, Oos, Tua. Uno. Love Uno, man. Bigsby, Akers, or McKinnon? I would go... That's fucking tough. I'd go Akers, I guess. A Foreman inactive, so Roshan or Kyron? Yeah, Foreman is inactive. I don't know if that would push me to starting... I'm going to get to the other super chat as well. I don't know if that would push me into starting Roshan, though, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's more of just an indication that Herbert's role is a little bit more secure. My hair looks fucking fucked. Let's go Kyron, even against the 49ers. I'm chancing it with Kyron. Oh, it's so gross. So fucking disgusting, but I'm going Kyron. Go with Kyron over Roshan. Bones, I'm back. Jamal Williams or Dotson with Donta out, or Roshan Johnson. Yeah, again, don't chance things. Just go Jamal Williams. I think Roshan Johnson's going to be decent. I talked him up in the offseason, but there is no way I am starting Roshan Johnson over Jamal Williams. There's just no way. No way, Jose, as they say. Next question here from Anonymous says, half PPR, 2 flex, Zay Jones, Javonta, Brian Robinson. Thanks, mate. No problem. No fucking problem. I would go with Brian Robinson and Zay Jones. I think Javonte Williams is on the cusp of being like a must-start receiver running back. Sorry. Must-start running back week in and week out. I just don't think he's at that point yet to where I'm like, okay, we need to start Javonte Williams every single week. He's still getting eased into the lineup. Again, I think 2 weeks from now, Javonte wheels up, even in Denver, could be a must start. But Zay Jones and Brian Robinson would be my answer here. For sure. Oh, shit. Thank you, Fletsky, for the big super chat, man. I love you, Flet. Thank you very much, man. Hope you had fun at, well, I don't want to dox, I guess, where the fuck you were, but I hope you had fun where you were the other day. That video you sent us in the chat looked awesome, man. That looked really fun. I always wanted to go to, I'm not going to dox, I guess, where you were. I don't even think you care, but I always wanted to see that guy in concert, but it's so fucking expensive, man. But thank you, Flet. And it's not Pats by 50, it's Dolphins by 50, but I do appreciate you regardless. Do appreciate you regardless. And I can't wait for you Canadian guys to be able to get the DraftKings back so we can go back to playing DFS against each other. That was really fun. Thank you for the super chat again, Flet, though. I like that your picture is still Cam Newton all these years later. That shit's so funny. I wonder if Cam Newton is ever going to play again in the NFL. Like, you would think even like the team like the Jets would just call Cam Newton and be like, you know what, maybe give Cam Newton the try over Zach Wilson. But I don't think they ever will. But thank you again, Flat. I really appreciate you. Jamal sucks, but he's going to get a big workload. I agree with you on that. Gibbs, Montgomery, Damian Pierce need to. I would go Montgomery, Gibbs, or Damian Pierce. I'd go Montgomery and Pierce. That's a tough question, though. Next question. Puka or Nico Collins? Frymouth or Hunter Henry? I would go... Oh, fuck. I need to edit my dynasty lineups. Puka or Nico Collins? I would go Puka and then Frymouth or Hunter Henry. Why are sports analysts recommending Alexander Madison? He hasn't gotten any. Well, probably because most people like myself thought that, he would be decent. Like, he doesn't look good. I'm not ready to cut bait yet on Alexander Madison, or I'm not dropping him or something, or trading him for a half-eaten bag of potato chips. But yeah, I would tell you I'm not as confident as I was a couple weeks ago on him. I still think he's going to end up having a good, decent enough season, but man, oh man, that sucks. And yeah, there's always tough questions, Spock. It gets even week one. The early season feels like the most tough because I try not to like derail completely off of what people did when they drafted, right? I don't want to tell you to start some scrub when you have these good players, but yeah, it is worrisome in some situations. Anthony Richardson or Justin Fields? Fields for me. Do you like Josh Kelly, Montgomery, or AJ Dillon? I like Kelly the most out of that group. Super sticker from Daniel. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Drop your question in chat, or maybe I can just go back and find it. I got to start putting my DFS lineups in now. Daniel, I waited way too long last time to do it, and I had like a full-on fucking panic at the end of the stream trying to get it in, if anyone remembers last week, and I'm trying not to do that this time. I'm waiting for all the questions to load on here so I could pull up Daniel's question. Tyron, who should I flex? D-Hop, James Conner, Mike Williams, Khalil Herbert, or Josh Kelly? I'd play Mike Williams. It's still loading. There's that many questions in chat. So, Daniel, I'll get back to you in 1 second. I'll just answer Phenomenal Phenom first. Thank you for the super chat. Notorious Nick, glad I caught you on live stream, bro. Your videos helped me win my league last year. That's awesome, man. That is awesome, especially the defenses to stream videos ready to two-peat. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate the kind words. I'm happy to help everyone out. It's good to know that like recently a lot of people have been winning with my advice. I mean, even when I started, people were winning. So it's very, very good to see. So thank you very much for the super chat. I hope everyone in chat wins their league this year. And I think everyone is going to win their league. So that's how you do it, baby. Daniel, make sure you leave your question in chat because I still don't see it. But I am looking. Thank you again. Phenomenal Phenom. I appreciate it. I'm trying to put your question on the screen, but it's just not showing up on the screen or what you said, but I do really appreciate you. Regardless on if it fucking wants to show up or not. It's because I'm crunching like 1,000 lineups right now for DFS, so that's just what happens. The computer kind of shits the bed a little bit. But thank you again, Phenomenal Phenom. I really appreciate you. Vic, PPR Schultz or Ferguson? I'm going Ferguson. I'm not cutting off on Dalton Schultz, but I'm pretty close to just being like Dalton Schultz. Like, I would have cut him in the last scenario. So, yeah, I'm playing Ferguson over him. 100%. Again, we're not in full-on quit mode on him just yet, but I'm in kind of panic mode when it comes to Dalton Schultz. I thought Dalton Schultz was going to be very involved in that offense, and it turns out that was not the case. in week 1. So that was not the best thing to see, if we're being honest. Alrighty. I hope Daniel doesn't have the same issue that Austin had. Good morning. Pick 1 in PPR: Breece Hall, Javonte Williams, Jamal Williams. I'd play Breece Hall. Hey Nick, new season, new questions. Tyler Algier, Brian Robinson. Miles Sanders, Joshua Kelly, Raheem Mostert. I'd go with Miles Sanders and Joshua Kelly. Fins up, baby. Fins up. All right, I need to get some Jared Goff lineups. I really like Jared Goff this week. Pacheco or Kyron Williams? I would go Kyron Williams. Are you confident in Mark Andrews and the Giants defense? Yes. I mean, look, you're never, even Mark Andrews on one leg, you're never sitting Mark Andrews, right? If you sit Mark Andrews, you have fully acknowledged that you've gotten too cute and you shouldn't be doing that. So don't get too cute. Just play your guy. Play Mark Andrews, right? You can't sit him. And then the Giants D is going against Arizona. I don't think the Giants D is a good defense. Obviously, they suck, but the Arizona Cardinals offense is far from ideal. So I think we could see a pretty big game out of them. Alrighty. Alrighty. So next question here. Are you appreciate you always. Thanks you, Crimson Cape. I appreciate it. Appreciate you always. Puka over DJ Moore. Definitely start DJ Moore over Puka. Again, that's a classic scenario of getting too cute, right? You saw, sure, I get that he shit the bed in week 1, right? DJ Moore absolutely reeked in week 1. It was a unmitigated disaster. It was terrible, right? Anyone with a pair of eyes will tell you that that was a terrible game that we should never have to fucking watch again, right? Out of DJ Moore. The whole offense was so bad. Like, they were throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. If you look at the passing chart, it's actually hilarious how bad it was. Like, the advanced stats, like where Justin Fields was throwing the ball, the dude was throwing the ball basically 4 inches in front of his face. Like, it was that bad. And yet somehow, some way, he ended up having a pretty decent game. Or not DJ Moore, but Fields somewhat had a decent game. So it was pretty funny to see that. But I think we're in for a bounce back game out of DJ Moore. I'm not cutting bait just yet on DJ Moore. Like, I think that would be a little bit crazy to panic that hard right now. Now, few weeks down the line, sure, maybe there is some reason to panic, right? But right now, I'm not panicking yet. I'm not panicking yet on DJ Moore. I still think DJ Moore is a really good receiver. And again, Puka's matchup is tough. Daniel, let's see if your question showed up this time. I have been looking for it. Spock, if you see Daniel's question, just type it in chat for me or copy paste it. If you're on your phone, don't worry about it. But if you're on your computer, that would be good. But I am looking for it. Devontae Adams. Let's see. Yeah, Daniel, you just sent 2 super chats, but I don't see your question. So just type your question in the normal chat, please. And I don't know what happened. And if it doesn't work, like if your question doesn't send, if you like are trying and it's not sending, either DM me on Twitter at NotoriousFantasy. If you don't have Twitter, then just email me NotoriousFantasy@gmail.com and I'll answer your questions. Because again, people who pay for the questions to be answered. If I can't answer your question, I feel terrible. And if for some reason this just doesn't work and we can't get anything figured out, I will write your name down, and then next week I will guarantee you that I answer your question, because I feel terrible, man, when this shit doesn't work for some stupid reason. What's up, Samuel? How you doing, man? Jared Goff or Justin Fields? I would go... Oh, it's a different Daniel. No, I thought it was the same Daniel twice. What the fuck, dude? Is my brain shut off? Yeah, I hate to see it, guys. I'm not trusting DJ more. I get it, but I'm still trusting one more week. Kelly or Jamal? Kelly for me. What's up, bro? Khalil Herbert or Breece Hall? Breece Hall. Sand 3DS. Full PPR. 10-man Sutton, Pickens, or Tony. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Do I think Tony is going to be this shit all season long? No. But do I want to start? Tony? No. So I'm just going to go with Pickens. Pickens has a pretty clear path towards getting touches. Pickens looked pretty good in week 1. Sutton scored, but I didn't think he looked good. And Jerry Jeudy is back. And then Tony sucked ass. So pretty easy for me to give you that answer. So yeah, we're going to go with Pickens. I bought 2 super chats. I don't see my question. I don't see your question either. There's also might be something to be said about the fact that I've gotten 53 super chats today, and now YouTube is just struggling immensely because of that. But let me make sure I didn't see Daniel's question again. Let me keep checking for Daniel, because I don't want to skip anyone's questions again. I feel terrible. People donate their hard-earned cashola to me. I want to make sure that they get their question answered. I can buy myself flowers. Let's see. Daniel Kazaski. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Please ask a question in chat. I don't know why the hell it's not showing up, and it's not your fault. It's just YouTube tripping off itself. All right. Waiting on the questions here. Kelly or Mostert? I'd go Kelly. Kelly over Mostert for sure. Ertz or Kincaid? Kincaid. Oh, I don't know, Jay. I'm sorry. It might just be YouTube shit in the bed. Like I was saying. I don't know why I would do that. I don't know why it does that. Kendrick Bourne or Tyler Lockett? Lockett for sure. Lockett for sure. You're getting too cute if you're trying to start Kendrick Bourne over Tyler Lockett in week 2. 2-2, Jalen Reed or Thielen in place of Cooper. I'd play 2-2. Zay Jones or Jahan Dotson. I would play Jahan Dotson, but I do think Zay's a lot safer. Pick 2, Raheem Mostert, Connor, or AJ Dillon. I'd go AJ Dillon and Mostert, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest with you. Pedro, thank you for the super chat. Nico Collins or Raheem Mostert, thank you. No problem. Definitely would go with Raheem Mostert. I think that we might actually end up seeing a halfway decent game from from Nico Collins, but with the whole offensive line being hurt and with you having a significantly safer option in Mostert, I think it would almost be like a bit of a disaster to start Nico Collins over Mostert. Again, anyone who I told to start Mostert, like I'm not fully panicking on Raheem Mostert, but I would probably start Mostert over Nico Collins 100%. Yeah, the bots have invaded us, guys. Stroud is out. No, Stroud is not out. Stroud was ruled in. The offensive line is out. Stroud is in, at least based on what I read. Joshua Kelly or David Montgomery? I would go Joshua Kelly. Spicy Kicks Hawaii says Andrews or Laporta and Connors or Jay Will. I would go Andrews for sure over Laporta, and then I would go, if that's Jamal Williams versus Connor, I go Jamal Williams. If it's Javonte Williams, I go Connor. That's how I'm feeling it today. Kenneth Walker or Joshua Kelly? Yeah, Spock is too quick with it, guys. Spock is the master at fucking blocking these people. Not anyone that's actually chatting, just the bots. I don't think anyone that's in the chat has ever actually been blocked. Or at least the number of people that have been blocked is like 4, and it was someone who said something like racist or something. That's the person who got blocked. You could literally say basically anything in the chat, and you won't get banned. But if you like start sending links and shit, you're getting yapped. There's a lot of moderators here. Some of my moderators that are here like just won't type the whole time. They'll just be sitting here in silence. Spock obviously helps answers all the questions. I like Spock's new profile picture of himself. He's a good looking guy. Not to be weird or something, you know. It would be funny if Spock heard that and was like, "What the fuck?" Kenneth Walker or Joshua Kelly standard. Kenneth Walker. Thank you for the super chat, Jay Stacks. PPR, start 1. Zay Jones, Pacheco, or Kelly or Pickens. I'm going Kelly. Also, should I start Hunter Henry even though I have Stevenson and have Njoku? Yeah, I would. So I'd start Hunter Henry and I would play Kelly. We love Spock. That's a fact. Pause. No pause, though. No pause for Spock. He's a great man. Spock's been here for years, and he's very helpful. He's here at basically every stream. The only time Spock isn't here is when he's like, I don't even know. DraftKings anytime touchdown, Diggs at plus 150 seems like a slam dunk. He's plus 150 to score in week 1. This is me. I'm going to bet that. This is me on Sports Overnight in America. I did fantasy. Yeah, I did know that. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. One time, Spock, you got to come on here. We'll get me and you together. A true duo. I always enjoy talking to Spock in chat. Spock's a smart guy. Not to say that you guys are dumb or something. All right, I'm going to bet Diggs anytime touchdown real quick, and then we're going to get back into the questions. Because I also have to put all my DraftKings lineups in. What time do the Bills play? Sorry if I'm staring at my phone. Bills 104. Oh, okay. It's like it's a bonus. Opt in. What's the max bet on this? Oh, it's like $10. But yeah, that's a smash. Bam. Definitely bet that. All right. Did anyone see if Daniel posted his question in chat? Because at this point, we're kind of balls deep into the stream, and the fact that I haven't answered his question yet is starting to worry me. Jazz. You like Jazz? Half PPR, Zay Flowers, or Elijah Moore over Drake London? Yeah, Zay Flowers over Drake London, 100%. Zay Flowers over Drake London. Colton says Dotson, Wilson, Pickens, Puka, Zay Jones. I would go Zay Jones and Garrett Wilson. They're saying Cooper's probably out. Sorry if you heard that. Where are they saying that at? Because that means I got to get him the fuck out of my lineup if that's the case. Got to put in some Brock Purdy lineups. Big cock Brock. It's annoying that I hate when the Dolphins are on primetime because I love playing the Dolphins lineups in DFS, right? Obviously, because the Dolphins are my favorite team. And it's the game I'm most locked in on. And it always hurts when they're on primetime because I can't play them until the night slate. And I'm just absolutely atrocious at the night slate. I used to be so good. Like, that was the one thing that I was actually good at was the night slate. And I was terrible at the regular slate of games. And then I got good at the regular slate of games, and I started sucking at the night slate. Like, and when I mean sucking, I mean like literally atrocious, like bottom of the barrel, fucking 0 IQ lineups going in. Thank you for the super chat, Bill. Puka or Garrett Wilson? Also Hurst or Pat Fryermuth? Also James Conner or D-Hop? Loaded question here. You are going with Pat Fryermuth. You are going with Garrett Wilson, and you are going to go with DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop, Garrett Wilson. D-Hop, Garrett Wilson, and Pat Fryermuth. Jazz again. So Zay Flowers over Elijah Moore as well. Yeah, I guess I should have made that more specific, but yes, Zay Flowers over Elijah Moore as well. And very confidently at that. I'm very confident in that. Load that one up. So Zay Flowers over Elijah Moore, 100%. And shout out to Spock for answering the questions in the chat while the ones that I don't get to. It's hard to get to every single question, obviously. As you guys know, right? There's 190 of us in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I don't know how many likes the stream has. I don't let the likes or whatever get to me. I'd rather just have a lot of people in here. But as long as I'm helping you out a little bit, hit that like button. It helps out a ton. And if you are new to the stream, make sure that you subscribe. I stream every single Thursday, every single Sunday. Some days I'll get a little spicy, right, and stream on like Saturday or something if I have like extra time. Last night I was thinking about firing up, and I started watching the UFC and the Colorado game, and the Colorado game hooked me until like 2 a.m. Shadur Sanders is legit. I mean, I'm not a college football guy, but that was a great game. Also, RB2, Jay Will or Josh Kelly. If I'm going Joshua Kelly, regardless of which Jay Will it is, I'm going Joshua Kelly. I love Joshua Kelly. All right, so if Cooper is likely out, I got to take him out of my lineups. That would be an important thing to do. Would be getting him out of my lineups. Darren Waller or Hunter Henry? Darren Waller. Zay Flowers, McLaurin, or Mostert? I would go Flowers. Flex Kelly, White, Pittman, Flowers. I would go Pittman. Since no Cooper, we got Moore. Yes, no. Yeah, Moore's fine. Moore's fine. Fuck. I'm playing way too many leagues. It's so hard to set every single lineup. That's why I do it in advance. To make sure at least the lineup is somewhat competent before the week starts. Who won, Valentina or Grasso? I'm going to be honest with you. I watched the fight, and I thought that Grasso won. I saw on Twitter people thought that Grasso didn't win, that Valentina won. I don't know. I bet on Valentina, so I guess that would be my I guess decider, right? Because I bet on Grasso, so I was rooting for Grasso. So I guess I was watching the fight rooting for Grasso. So I guess that does kind of change your opinion of the fight. So I guess I can't say for sure, but I thought Grasso won. I don't think she won 10-8 the last round. I thought that was a little bullshit, but it is what it is. Daniel, can you please send your question in chat? I literally don't understand why it's not showing up in chat, unless you're just tipping to be nice, which is possible, but I just don't see your question, and I don't get it. I don't know why it's not showing up. At this point, it's like kind of sad. It's like, where's his question? Jamal Williams or Dotson? Jamal Williams. Purdy or Geno? Geno. Mike Evans, AJ Dillon, James Conner, pick 2. I would go with AJ Dillon and Mike Evans. 10 minutes. Let's go. It's a fact. Justice Hill or Tank Dell? Justice Hill. All right. Get my last couple lineups in here, and I'm going to edit my redraft lineups, and then we're going to skedaddle our way out of here, hopefully win some money today. I sent my question like 30 times. I don't get that. Where the fuck is it? Daniel. I'm sorry, dude. I don't understand. You have email? Can you just email it to me? I honestly don't understand because I've been staring at the chat looking for your question and I just don't see it. Do you have Twitter? Or you can email me, notoriousfantasy@gmail.com. I don't know why it's not showing up. Spock, do you see it? The special K, Luke Musgrave, Jake Ferguson, or Hayden Hurst have Schultz. Definitely Luke Musgrave. Definitely Luke Musgrave. Oh, you don't see it? Okay. So it's clearly something with YouTube. So if you can't DM me on Twitter, tell me if you DM me on Twitter, tell me if you email me. If neither of those are possible, I'm going to write your name down. I'm going to answer every single question you have next week because I don't want to screw you over. Again, we have 8 minutes left until lock, so it is possible that I can answer your question still, but I do feel bad. You see the 2 super chats I bought? Both $2. K buckets. Let me check in 1 second. K buckets. Look. No, I don't see anything from you. And it does always show the super chats. They have their own thing on here. So no, I don't see them. Maybe it just didn't go through. Spock, do you see him? Sorry to fucking bother Spock. I'm just asking. Mike Williams, T. Higgins, or Elijah Moore. Brandon Cooks won't play. Cam Akers to be deactivated on the trade block. Okay, so that makes Kyron Williams a lot better of a start. Matchup still reeks, but makes him a better start. So they're saying they're going to trade Cam Akers. So I guess I'm just a fucking idiot, right? I buy into Cam Akers. I'm like, you know what? He looked good at the end of last year. It's time to buy into Cam Akers. They figured out all this trade stuff. He's going to be fine, this, that, and the other thing. And then bada bing, bada boom, we get to this week, and he wants to be traded, and he's on the trade block, and he's not playing. So you know what? I'm sick of that shit. I can't stand that guy. I'm never drafting him again. I try not to hold grudges against these players, but I will never draft Cam Akers again after this shit. Screw that guy. But real question from Kiop here. Mike Williams, T. Higgins, or Elijah Moore? Mike Williams. 44 MSU, Pitts, Musgrave, or Henry? Henry for me. Henry for me. Anu Bondi says Breece Hall or JMO for Connor and DJ Moore. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even though I like Connor and DJ Moore, just hold Breece Hall. I really think Breece Hall is going to end up going nuclear this year. It really does feel like that. So I'm not doing that trade. Meow OG sent look up. Daniel. All right, I'm looking. I'm looking up. All I see is you said I sent my question like 20 times. And then you said I sent look up. I don't understand fucking YouTube. Meow OG, let me know your question in chat. I'm going to put one more lineup in here. One second, guys. I'm going to answer your guys' question once again. Chig. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on either. I don't know what's going on either, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Just next stream, I'll answer whatever questions you have. I'm gonna write your name down. I'm sorry that it ended up going like this. It fucking sucks. I'm sorry, dude. And then Meow, did you send your question in chat? Meow said Flowers, Michael Thomas, Marquise Brown, or Roshan Johnson. I'd go Flowers. Yeah, if you donate $1, I don't think it actually shows your question, which might also be applicable to why this goes wrong sometimes. So I do apologize. Alrighty. Hey, Nick, I got Lockett and Dotson in the flex share place. Yeah, I'd play Mostert over Dotson. 49ers or Giants D, I'd go with the Giants defense. Tyler Lockett or Zay Jones, I would go with Lockett. Okay. Need to go to the lobby real quick. Tyler Lockett or Zay Jones? Tyler Lockett. Oh my gosh, does anyone hear that guy fucking driving past my house with a humongous cock? You guys hear that? And man, I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question. I don't know why YouTube does this to me. I'm trying to get all my lineups correct. I would play Hall over Moore. Alrighty, 1 second. 1 segundo. 1 segundo. I don't know why it's lagging so hard. I'm trying to just get one more lineup in and then edit my actual lineups. But fucking DraftKings is shitting bricks right now. All right, so if they're actually saying Amari Cooper isn't going to play, I'm going to have to bench Amari Cooper in my leagues that I got him in. All right, I'll just enter this in the Millie Maker, I guess. Garrett Wilson or Hopkins. Hopkins. Start 1, AJ Dillon, DK Gibbs, Rashad White. I'd go AJ Dillon. All right, so let me take Amari Cooper out of my lineup. And I'm just going to play D-Hop instead. Don't want to have to deal with that headache. So if I can play B-Rob or Kyron, love you, Nick. I would play B-Rob still. Come on, DraftKings. Load. We have 50 seconds. No, my computer's shitting the bed. 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, this is the one I want in. All right, I think I got it in. NFL. Gotta make sure my lineups are good. 2 wide receivers, Collins Pickens, A-Rob, or Rashid Shaheed. I would play Pickens and Collins. All right, I'm looking at all my own teams here. Alrighty. Mostert or B-Rob, Mostert, Kelly or Harris, Kelly, Flowers or Kelly, Flowers. Kelly over Flowers. Dude, I'm getting fucking spam texted right now. I'm going to go Kelly over Brees Hall. All right. Is 4 running backs okay? Yeah. Puka or Higgins? Nakua or Higgins? Higgins for sure. All right. Thank you guys for watching today's stream. I really appreciate all you guys for coming out. Sorry again that the shit got all fucked up, Daniel. I'll make sure to answer your questions next week if that didn't help you out. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys all for coming out to today's stream. I appreciate you guys all. Let's have a good Sunday. Tua or Danny Dimes, Tua. Rank my starting lineup. Looks pretty good, Tyron. Hopefully Madison has some better days. I love you guys. I hope you guys all have a great one. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button on the way out. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some videos. Mostert, Bijan, B-Rob, and Javonte. Yeah, it looks fine. Love you guys. Have a great one. Go Raiders. No, I'm definitely playing Judy over Javonte, probably. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Shout out to Spock. Shout out to all the mods. Thank you guys for helping out today. We hit like about 200 viewers at one point today, which is fucking crazy. I owe it all to you guys, so thank you guys for everything. Mike Evans or Nakua, Mike Evans. Jamal Williams or Tally Algier, Jamal Williams. Love you guys. Adios. Good luck, everyone. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.